So let's talk about planning today, specifically how to plan your days using a planner. Now, I am the person who absolutely loves planners. I like to-do lists. I like anything that I can write down. But I have noticed that sometimes I used to do planning completely the wrong way. I was spending way too much time on making it look pretty in my planner, whether that would be with stickers or colors or just packing my days in a way that every single hour was accounted for, and that just stressed me out. Instead of making me more productive, it just made me feel overwhelmed if I didn't get something done on time or if I didn't cross everything off. It really made me anxious. So in today's video, I want to talk to you how to actually plan your day using a planner so it is helpful in making you more productive. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marta and welcome to my channel where we talk about how to create your own version of life balance. And when it comes to life balance, we all know that time management is one of the pillars to make it happen for you, which is why we're going to talk about how to effectively plan your days. Now, the very first thing you have to do is find a planner that actually works for you. Now, I have gone through many planners in my life. Like I said, I love planners. So at this point, I know what I like, I know what I don't like. Last year, I used a planner Simplified from Emilia, and I really liked it. So I did like a lot of things about that planner. I like its simplicity. I did like that I had a dedicated space for each day, and I did really like the way that it looked. Now, what I was missing a little bit in that planner was like a weekly preview, because I plan my days kind of week ahead. So I look at the whole week and then plan it that way. So that was part of it that was missing, and I didn't like the weekly one. So this year I was looking for something different and I really had a hard time finding what I wanted. And then I came across a video from Lydia, who I follow for a few years now, and she was talking about a planner that she has been using last year and she really loved. And that planner is called Personal Planner. So that is the one that I have this year, and that is the one I'm going to be showing you in this video how I use it to plan my days. So this is how it looks like. The cover is something I picked, and that's the thing that I like the most about this planner, is that you choose how you want it to look like. You can completely customize it to fit your needs. So as we walk through it, I'm gonna kind of show you what options I chose and how I use that to make it work for me. The only regret I have with this planner is that I got this in a small size, and I really wish I got it bigger. Everything still fits in it, but I think it will be just visually more appealing to me if I had some more white space in it. So I'll remember that for next year. But let's dive in and actually plan our days for the next week. One more thing before we get started. The planner that I use, I have one planner for everything that I do in my life. So this planner I use for my work, I use for my personal life, and I use for my side business. And I think it works well for me that way because I do work from home. So even though I work full-time, I don't have to take this planner to work, to the office. I just get to keep it on my desk, which is why it works so well for me. The very first step that I do is I plan my work. So I look at the calendar, I go to my work computer, I look at Outlook, and I block any time over the next week, so Monday through Friday, where I actually have any meetings. Now, this week is a little bit easier because Monday is a day off, so I don't have any meetings that day and I can plan something personal for that day. But normally, obviously, it's Monday through Friday. Now, I don't put exactly what the meeting is. And that's one of the things that I have learned over the years. All the meetings, exactly what it is in Outlook on my work computer. I don't have to copy that on my planner. The purpose of my planner is to really indicate where I have those blocks of time that are for meetings. So I know that when I'm planning ahead on what I'm going to be working on, I have to plan around those meeting times. So that is how I use that part of my planner. And then I'm also going to look at my phone and look at any appointments that I may have in the upcoming week. Now, this is really just to double check. Normally, I'm planning that ahead of time, so if I have any appointments, obviously I have to take some time off from work. So that will be on my work computer as well. But this is just to double check that I didn't miss something or something did not come up And if it did, then I also make a note for myself to make sure I take part of that day off from work as well. Now in my planner, I also do not put any like after school activities. That's something that we keep both on the phone and in the command center. So I really don't feel the need to put it in my planner as well, especially for me when I know we do things on specific days. So we go to the swimming pool on specific day for a swimming lesson, and we go to a taekwondo classes on specific days. So it's very repetitive. And at this point, I have it memorized. I know exactly what we are doing each day of the week. So what I do instead is I just block the time between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. on my calendars as family time. So that is the time when we go to those after school activities. That is the time when we spend doing homework, cooking and eating dinner, and doing our evening routine. Because that's something that is happening every day. I don't feel like I need to specify exactly what we are doing during those hours. This is just a block of time that I have for, the family time, family activities. Now that my schedule is on my planner, all the clear areas that you see that's the time when I have to do other things. So I don't have any meetings, I don't have any other commitments. That is the time I can dedicate to work on my priorities. So the next step is to determine what your priorities are. And I start with my work. So for work, I do come up with 3 priorities I have for the week. I try to limit that to 3 because if I do any more than that, then I get stressed out. And I have a hard time concentrating on those priorities that I have. So picking 3 has worked really well for me, so that's what I'm sticking with. And I am writing them right here when it says list of the week. I use the first column for my work priorities. So right next to it is gonna be the priorities for my side business. That is when I put what I want to accomplish in the upcoming week, when it comes to my blog, when it comes to my YouTube channel, any courses I am working on, any printables, or any training that I am taking, or any conference I am attending online. Everything related to my side business is gonna go here. And again, this is just for priorities. That doesn't mean that there is not many more tasks that come with it, but those are more of where I want to concentrate my efforts in the upcoming week. And then to the left, I have another column when I have a to-do this week, and that's where I put my priorities for home and for any personal ones. So anything related to like household or family, or any volunteer work in school, anything that has to do with finances, really anything that's personal, also including like things like personal development, that's gonna go here. And again, I just list my priorities for that particular week. Once I have my priorities listed, now it's time to actually schedule them into my planner. So what I do, I start with work and go through my work week and block in the time to work on those priorities. Now, normally Mondays are my days when they are not very meeting heavy. So that is when I would put in a lot of work on specific projects. And also Thursday and Friday. Tuesday and Wednesday for me, I have learned that usually it's very heavy in meetings. So I tend to schedule like smaller tasks on that day. But the idea is to block specific times to work on your priorities. That way it's on your calendar and you know that on that day you should get some tasks accomplished that are related to that priority that you have set for yourself. Now, it is important to note that I don't put everything on my planner. So I just block for those time for those priorities. But as you can see, there is still a lot of space that's empty. And that is because each day I'm gonna write myself also a to-do list of like smaller things that I have to get done that day that are not necessarily related to the priority that I have. So that is the space that I use every day, those columns that are pink and white over here. That's when I have my daily to-do list. And the beauty about this is that if I don't get something done on Monday, I don't have to necessarily transfer it to Tuesday or the next day. I just leave it uncrossed and I know that I can always get back to it the next day. And that is one of the things what I loved about this kind of planners, because I don't have to rewrite things a million times. Because let's be honest, I don't get everything done each day. things happen, life happens, so I have to be more flexible, and that allows me not to rewrite things over and over again. For my side business, a lot of my work gets done on the weekends. Weekend mornings are the days where I do a lot of the work for Imperfect Life Balance. So that is something that I'm gonna schedule for Saturday and Sunday, as well as I'll put smaller things during the week at lunchtime, because that is my break from work, and that is usually when I'm gonna do smaller tasks for my side business. And also for my personal priorities, that is the evenings or the weekends as well. Majority of the things that I am doing are gonna be done on the weekends because those are my days off. So whether that is an organizing project or getting ready for an upcoming party, majority of the work is gonna get done on weekends. But knowing what my priorities are, I might come up with smaller tasks that I can quickly get done during the week as well. So that's why it really helps me to have those priorities so I can know where to concentrate my efforts on. And my word of the year is intentional growth. And that is something I'm trying to apply into everything that I'm doing, whether that is personal development, planning, working on my side business, or working in my job, is really to be intentional with the way that I am doing things. And this planner is really helping me do that because I concentrate on my priorities. Now, the reason why I have still a lot of the white space left over, why I don't like scheduling every minute of my day, is because I need flexibility. As a working mom, I have a lot of things that are happening, and there's a lot of things that can just go wrong or go not according to the plan. So I might plan out my whole week, and then I come to work, and within an hour, there is another priority that came up, and I'm told, you know what, to drop whatever you're doing, that's what you need to concentrate on. So it's gonna throw things out of order for me. And instead of getting stressed out over it, I just look at my planner and I just shift things around. I still have a lot of empty spots on my calendar specifically for those purposes. Because I have found with planning, flexibility is the key. If you are not willing to be flexible with your plan, you most likely are gonna get overwhelmed. Your planner and your planning are supposed to work for you and not the other way around. If you are very rigid with how, this is my plan and I have to stick with it, you're gonna start feeling like you're doing something wrong, like you're feeling inadequate, like you're not getting stuff done, and it's just not serving anybody any good. So be flexible, make sure that you are planning ahead, but that you also allow yourself to be flexible and to move things around as needed. Few other things I'm just gonna point out that I have added to my planner is I do have a spot for workouts. So that is when I'm also gonna go in and put a specific workout that I am doing, because I am using a workout program that's online. I forget what I did on Friday, so I don't, they are in order, and I forget which number I did on Friday, and then I'm like, well, on Monday I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what's next. So this is really helping me to write it down. And also I have a meal plan over here. So as you know, I am using my own printable to plan out my meals, but then this is the only part that I would actually copy over here. And the reason for that is I write down my plan for the week, like what dinners I want to have each day. But as we go through the week, I might plan a meal for Tuesday that requires, a bit of prep time and cooking time, because I know that my schedule is not so full and I'm gonna have more time in the evening, and then things happen and then I realize I'm not gonna have that time anymore, and I can shift them around over here. So that's why I keep that in my planner, because things change all the time. Or I'm gonna look and see, well, I know what that dinner involves, what the ingredients are in it. Can I do something simpler, because I just will not have as much time as I originally thought I would. So that's really helpful. I found that really, really helpful for me. Now, this planner also has other things that you can add to it that I have in a bag, but I'm not gonna get into it in this video. If you are interested, let me know in the comments, so I can also tell you different ways I am using my planner for different things that I also keep inside this small but very, very useful planner. And of course, I'm gonna leave a link down below if you are interested in checking out this planner as well. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you are subscribed down below so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you next time.